And I think I got to this point where I was like, if I don't go get help, I'm going to die.
You admitted that you were addicted to cocaine.
Literally, you will be at the basement of hell. And that's where I was for years, in the basement of hell.
Do you feel like you finally found peace at last?
Oh, definitely. I got married in June, and that was the final piece to the puzzle that wasn't there.
I got a certain point in my life where I was dealing with severe depression, and I think even now I'm still not over it. I'm still wondering if there's like a light at the end of the tunnel.
Me still being here is proof that you can make it through.
This universe has common ground. Just takes a while to come around.
Hi, Kid Cudi.
Hello.
What is something you would like to cheer to?
To freedom, to
freedom.
happiness. Yeah.
Well, our glass are empty, but we could definitely raise a
Well,
toast.
I'm gonna pour some orange juice
We could
because I
pour
love
some.
the orange juice. This has pulp in it though.
Perfect.
I know I can see the chunks, but I'll just do it.
Okay. I'm gonna pour some too.
Yeah, and then we can toast
To freedom.
to freedom. Cheers.
I'm going to be honest, it's an honor for me to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because it's so rare to have an artist who's so open about what he went through. And you were definitely one of the first, if not the first, especially in the hip hop industry, to be so open about depression, vulnerability, emotions. You've been someone I listen to a lot.
Really?
But can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
There were a moment in my life where I really thought that you wouldn't make it like to your 30s.
Yeah.
Like really. Because I was listening to music. I remember listening to Confused or even Trapped in My Mind. And I was like, he's literally telling us goodbye. He's not going to make it. And within those years, I have some people that I know who didn't make it.
Right.
And I want to know, that's a question that I've always wanted to ask you if I had you in front of me. How did you manage to save yourself?
You know, it was a long uphill battle. I think things changed for me when I woke up and decided I wanted to do better. I was kind of continuously falling in a trap of just self-hate and anger and not being happy in my life. And it was a cycle that was going on for several years. And I think I got to this point, I was 32, where I was like, if I don't go get help, I'm going to die. And I want to live right in this moment. I want to be here for my daughter. I want to be here for my family. And I made the choice to go get help. But it was years of feeling the opposite, not wanting to be here, thinking that my daughter would be okay if something happened to me, you know, coming up with all sorts of excuses. And I think that's what truly did it for me, is the fact that I woke up and saw my life as a disaster and no one could help me but myself. And I needed to make a choice. It was like, Scott, do you want to keep going down this path for another 15 fucking years? Or do you want to do better and grow and become a better person? And yeah, it was a lot of just like falling in that cycle until I finally woke up that morning and decided to get help.
And in this new album, Free, it feels like you healed. It feels like a healing version of yourself, like
Yeah.
a free version of yourself. In Mr. Miracle, you say, I found my way back home. Do you feel like you found your way back home and that you finally found peace at last?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And I've been in this space for a while, pure joy, ever since 2016 when I went to rehab and got help. But now is a very specific moment because I've reached a level of completion. I got married in June. And that was the final piece to the puzzle that wasn't there. And I was telling my wife this, and I was telling somebody else. I was like, this, like, ever since she came into my life, before she came into my life, I felt like I wasn't complete. I was happy. I was thoroughly happy and waking up every day in a good mood, loving the fact that it was morning time when I used to hate the mornings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, I was in a good space. But it was hard not to feel like something was missing. And now that I'm a married man and I have this chapter going on in my life, this new chapter, it's just, I feel like it is a moment of completion. There is nothing I need. I have my family, I have my wife, I have my daughter, I have my fans that love me unconditionally.
Yeah.
That have been supporting me for 17 years. That still show up when I drop an album. I don't know. It's just, I think about where could we go from here? Because I'm so high up in joy right now.
I'm so happy to
Yeah.
hear you say that.
Yeah.
Again, from somebody like me who remember what your lyrics used to be, and hearing you now telling me that you're extremely happy, head over heels, and congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. I think that's a beautiful message of hope as well, because even me, I was listening to music at a certain point in my life where I was dealing with severe depression, and I think I didn't still, even now, I'm still not over it. I still have those moments.
Right.
And I'm still wondering if there's like a light at the end of the tunnel. And just seeing you being so happy and being so content about your life, it actually makes me really happy.
Yeah,
Really.
I mean, me still being here is proof that you can make it through. Because like you said, you didn't even think I was going to make it to my 30s. Me neither.
No.
That makes two of us. So I always like to be a living example of what happens when you make it to the light, when you make it past the darkness. Because it does come. And it happens for different people at certain times. But you do get there. And you have to want to fix your life. You have to want it for yourself. You know, like I've known friends that were strung out on drugs, and I tried to help them, but like nothing changed until they finally made the decision to fix their lives.
Yeah.
So I just want to be a beacon of hope for people. And me just being here, even if I stopped doing music today, like even if I just like wanted to just chill out with my girl, have some kids, just be a family man, like me just being in this space of light is hope for generations. People will see me and say, oh, I remember Man on the Moon too. Yeah. I remember Don't Play This Song. I remember Mr.Rager. I remember all these dark records. I remember Speeding Bullet to Heaven. That album was intense. And then they see me now and it's like, well, shit, if Cudi can do it, I can do it. You know, and this is like a perfect example of what it's like when you make it past that.
You also published your memoirs.
Yes.
Yes. And in this book, you openly talk about your addiction. Back in the time, you admitted that you were addicted to cocaine. I want to know, what is the biggest lie cocaine told you about yourself? Made you believe about yourself?
That I was invincible. I think I was so reckless on that shit. Like I was living life on the edge.
Yeah.
And when I look back, it's so scary to realize that, like, I was very much so gambling with the devil. And made me not care whether I lived or died. It just made me invincible. Like I could take on the world. And I'm happy that I was able to come out of that. And you know, they always say like there's no high like the first time you get high, and that is true. The whole time on cocaine, I was chasing the very first time high that I never got again. So that's one thing I like to tell kids, like to remember, don't fuck with that shit. The first high, you'll get it. The rest of the highs will never be the same. And you'll be chasing that first high the rest of your life. And it's going to make you miserable. You're going to be a shitty person. It's going to fuck with your creativity. It's going to fuck with everything about your mental. This is the first time anybody's had me ask me like kind of a question about like, you know, what I would say to kids or like what type of guidance I would give about drugs. I don't think that anyone should try hardcore drugs. You shouldn't try cocaine. You shouldn't try Molly. You shouldn't try any of that shit. I don't think you'll get anything out of it. I know you won't get anything out of it. You'll end even more miserable than when you started. And there's no happy ending to that story. There just isn't. There's just nothing. It'll just pull you down to the darkness, to hell. Literally, you will be at the basement of hell. And that's where I was for years, in the basement of hell. Just living there, maintaining, and still being prolific.
Yeah.
Because I still wanted to put my feelings into my music. So, you know, the public was still getting art from me, but I was truly damaged and tortured inside. And that's what drugs will do to you. Even if you stop, it will still fuck with you for years after, and that's how I relapsed. Because I quit when I got arrested in 2010.
Yeah.
And then everybody knew that I was doing cocaine, and I was like, oh, this is not cool anymore. Let me stop, right? But then in 2016, I relapsed. And it's like that 6 years, I thought that I was good. But there was still a little voice in the back of my head that I was like, come on, let's try it again. Why not? Just take it easy this time, but let's try again. So once you let that demon in, he will make a home in your mind and will wait there. Will wait there for your moment of weakness to pop up and be like, hey,
what's up?
I got answers for you. I can help you get through this. And so young kids, if you're watching this, like, take it from the Rager. Do not do cocaine. Don't do Molly. Don't do meth. Don't do heroin. Like, steer clear. Steer clear. Because life ain't that bad. You don't have to do hardcore drugs. You don't. So that's what I have to say about that.
That's a beautiful message. I think I never heard you being so vocal about that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Nobody's ever asked me about that.
Well, I feel flattered. I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know, back in the days, your alter ego was Mr.Rager.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah.
And it was your rage and demons and trauma created this alter ego.
Yeah.
With whom you created your biggest hits and your biggest albums. And I have this question that when you started to realize that you were healing and that you were now in a better place, were you scared, paradoxically, to lose the intensity in your creativity and power that you had with Mr.Rager back at the time?
No.
No.
Because there was a time I was creating before drugs.
Yeah.
And I was nice with it.
Okay.
You know, I knew that my abilities were still there.
Okay.
The only thing that I kind of thought about was like, are people gonna be open to hear Scott in a happy space? I feel like some people still can't get past the dark Cudi.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you have some people that are like, man, we want you to make some Man on the Moon 2 shit. You know, come on, I need some depressing,
Some
dark
sad
shit.
music, yeah.
And it's like, guys, I'm 41 years old. Like, I made those songs when I was 25, 26. Like, you gotta grow. Like, what type of man would I be if I was still in that place making these songs after 17 years? Like, people would just eventually be like, get some help, bro. Like, when are you gonna wake up and fix yourself? And that's why I made this song called Trouble Boy. And in this song I talk about like, no one wants a trouble boy, all they know is trouble boy. Show them you're a stronger boy.
Yeah.
And that's true. No one wants to associate with a fuck up. No one. And I always had this phobia of being a loser. That's where the fire in me to achieve my dreams, that's where it came from. Because I didn't want to be a loser. And in that moment when I was going through all that shit, I just felt like a loser. I was like, no one really sees anything but this dark person that's super troubled. And I had to get out of that because I knew I was better than that. I know, my friends know, my family know that I'm full of light. And that's the thing, like when I was going through my struggles, I wasn't like that around my friends.
Yeah.
Like I kept that hidden. So people know that I'm a good person. And I knew deep down that I was a good person, despite all the madness I went through. So, yeah, I just wanted it for myself.
It makes me think about Grave. It's a new song in the new album.
Yeah.
In this song Grave, you said, I was the only one who could save myself.
It's true.
I'm the only one who's gonna save me.
How did you manage to realize this harsh truth, which is that we are the only one responsible for our own happiness?
Well, I think I was in so deep into the darkness, and I kind of had a moment to step back and see what my life was turning into. And there was no one I could call. Not meaning that there wasn't literally anybody I could call. I was so many people I could have called. But a conversation wouldn't have done it. There's nothing that anyone could have said or could have done to pull me out of the darkness that I was in. And I knew that I was the center of things changing. Nothing was going to change unless I made the choice. So, yeah.
You were also one of the few artists who used to say, like, I'm done with the get money, fuck bitches, blah, blah, blah. I want to use my voice to make people feel seen and kids to feel less alone and less depressed, which is something you did. But I want to know, why was it so important for you to do so?
Because when I was a kid, we didn't have a Kid Cudi. Yeah, I was a fan of hip hop, but I didn't see myself in any rapper I listened to. It was like they would talk about a world that I knew nothing about, but I enjoyed it because it was like story time. I was hearing about this lifestyle and I thought it was cool, and the swagger and the attitude, everything about it just like roped me in. But when I started making music, I thought about what is it that I can do to stand out of all the shit that's going on in hip hop. And I thought, let me just be myself. And the message has always been there. I always wanted to help kids not feel alone. And I always wanted my music to feel like one big hug from me to the fans. That was always my goal since Man on the Moon in the day. Like, I just wanted to provide comfort for the masses.
I don't know how it is in the US, but in France, that's how it is. In the black community, talking about depression is kind of a weird stuff. It's not
Yeah,
something
it's like
that
that in
we
the
usually,
US.
in the US as well. And did you sometimes, as a black artist, when you started for the first time to have a music where you talk about depression, emotion, vulnerability, did you feel like you were out of your place? Do you get what I mean? Like, do you feel like a little awkward, like, oh, people are not going to like it because they're so used to have this black artist who only raps about money, guns, and women, and here I am being like, different. Did you feel this way?
Before I dropped my first album, like 2 days before it dropped, I was super nervous. Like, I started to get cold feet. Like, Pursuit of Happiness is so weird, and I don't know how people are gonna respond to that. Oh shit, what did I do? And it was like the 2 days leading up. I was very, very nervous. But seeing how the first album did after the first week, seeing the reception, seeing that people really were taken by it,
Yeah.
was so validating. And it jump started the rest of my career. I was like, oh, this is the path.
Yeah.
This is the path. All right,
Yeah.
I'm doing something right. I made a great choice. This is my angle. Every rapper has something that they're about. This is what I'm about. You can't make the type of music that I make without being brave as fuck.
Yeah.
I have been brave since the very beginning. I have not given a fuck about what anybody that didn't agree with me has to say. I didn't give a fuck. I was confident in what I was making. I just wanted to make what I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And I knew I had great taste. So that kind of led me on the journey. I was just very fucking brave. I told somebody the other day I had creative balls of steel. I was like the most fearless motherfucker out the gate, straight out the gate, just like,
Bam.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I get it. And do you have anything to say to all the black kids that feel weird because they feel depressed and their family are like, oh, you might be crazy, or they don't know who to turn to and who to talk to because that's not something that we talk a lot about in our community?
yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm trying to change that
Yeah.
with my very existence. I know when things go wrong in the black community and you're dealing with depression, the first thing on the mind is not getting therapy.
Yeah.
I think one thing that we have to think about is how powerful therapy can be. Talking to people. If you can't afford a therapist, talking to people, teachers, your guidance counselor. There's hotlines you could call, but you won't feel alone. Seek help. Don't be ashamed. There are sources out there that you can connect with that can help you. I know how it feels to be young and feel the weight of the world on my shoulders and not knowing where to go. And it's 2025.
Yeah.
Like, I was raised in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
shit was way different back then,
Definitely.
and it's a different day and age. And, like, I'm not the only one in music now talking about my feelings and talking about my struggles. Like, I have single-handedly created this wave that we've seen form in the past 17 years.
Yep.
And so I know that kids are feeling less alone now because they have artists that they can tune into. They can feel like, oh, this artist saved my life. It's not just me. But I feel like there's more hope in the world for the broken kid. Get help and talk to people and talk to your parents. Like, let them know what you're dealing with. Like, be very open. And sometimes kids teach the parents how to move.
Yeah.
Like, I've definitely educated my mom about certain things, and she's told me that. Like, you know, like, she'll tell me, like, yo, you put me on to that. I didn't know I was doing this wrong as a parent. And kids are the best teachers sometimes. Like, they'll just enlighten you, like, damn, okay. So, you know, talk to your parents and be vocal about what you're dealing with, and you'd be surprised. Because for a parent and me being a father of a 15-year-old girl, like, it would make me feel so good if Veda hit me up and told me, hey, Dad, like, I'm going through some stuff right now, and, like, I need some guidance. I'll be like, oh, thank you. Thank you for not keeping this to yourself.
Yeah.
I am here for you. Like, let's talk. Let's talk. You want me to come to Chicago? I'll come to Chicago. You want to come to LA? Come to LA. I'll fly you out. We'll spend some time. Like, that would mean the world to me that she came to me in her moment of weakness. So just reach out to your parents and talk to them and be open about what you're dealing with. And you'll be surprised.
I'm lucky I have cool parents who always
Yeah.
been pretty open about stuff. But even I don't know if I'm going to keep this actually in the video, but even my brother went through some hardship, like really, really.
Yeah.
And it was weird for me to see how my parents reacted because I could tell that they didn't know what to do. You know, they were born in the 60s. So it's definitely not something they were raised to deal with, especially with their kids. And it was tough. And even myself, I was really mad at myself because I didn't see the depression of my brother coming, you know?
Yeah.
That was tough. And the fact that he didn't reach to me, I felt bad.
Yeah.
And it's making me feel emotional because that's something that's still in my heart, you know? I'm just like,
Yeah.
I wasn't here for him enough. So yeah.
But you know, when someone is going through it,
Yeah.
and especially there's a lot of people are like this, I was like this.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a burden. You don't want to, you know, be like, oh, I know you guys are dealing with this, but this is my problem and this is what I'm dealing with internally.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to stifle anybody else's life. You want to keep it internal and keep it with yourself and work on it with yourself. So your brother was just trying to, because he loves you guys, he didn't want to hurt y'all.
Yeah.
That's truly what it was. I mean, that's the reason why I kept quiet about all my struggles. And then people found out and they were surprised
Yeah.
because, you know, I had to keep it to myself. So, you know, just know that your brother was doing what any person that loves you would do if they was going through something. And I'm pretty sure your parents, if they going through something, they're not gonna tell you right away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely not.
my mom be keeping secrets. My mom stay up on the secrets, you know? So it's just when you love someone deeply, you don't want to be a burden. You don't want to be a burden. And that's where that comes from. Not that they don't feel like you can help them or anything. It's just like, I don't want to add my extra shit on top of what they're dealing with too.
What is the life lesson you wish you knew in your 20s?
That you are your own worst enemy. I was battling with myself internally for years. And I didn't realize it. It was like this duel, this inner duel between two Scotts inside of me. That I'm my own worst enemy, and that there will be better days. I don't think I could see in that time frame, 2010, 2011, 2012, or whatever, I don't think I could really see the light.
All right.
And I think if I could talk to my younger self, the first thing I would say is, hey, I know shit's crazy, but guess what? It's gonna get better. I promise you. Like, just ride it out. Just trust me on this.
And what is the life lesson you wish you knew in your 30s?
Ah, I don't know, because the 30s was just right there. Let me see. That everything will happen when it's meant to happen. Everything has a time and a place. And I spent years like stressing about being a certain place in my life, marriage, things like that. And what the 30s taught me is that like things will happen when they're meant to happen. You can't rush things and try to manipulate and move things around.
Yeah.
You gotta let things happen. That's one of the things I wish I knew in the 30s. It was kind of just like, fuck, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And to finish, the lesson you wish you knew in your 40s that you just entered last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. I think I'm good right now. In my 40s. I think I got it figured out. You know, I'm just coasting.
I want to ask you before we end this interview. There's a lot of people who said that there wouldn't be, for example, a Drake without Cudi. Even Kanye West back in the days admitted that you were one of the most influential artists in your generation. I want to know, do you realize the impact that you had on the industry? And sometimes you feel like you've been overlooked.
I do realize the impact. I don't think I'm overlooked because when I go do those shows or when it comes time for me to drop an album, people show up, you know? And I see the discourse online,
Yeah.
people debating,
Yeah.
you know? And it feels good. It reminds me that, like, I can sit in my house and stew about things and feel like, oh, man, I think people sleeping on me. But as soon as I see the reactions online when I post some new music or when I'm out at a show and I'm performing at a festival and there's 60,000 people,
Yeah.
I'm just totally reminded that I'm bugging. And like, there's so many people in the world that honor me.
Yeah.
Like, so many people that honor me. So I'm just like, I know it's a thing to say that I'm overlooked and like, people don't honor some of my albums and stuff like that, but that is not true. I might not do the numbers that most people in my position do, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a presence in this industry, that I don't have a presence in this culture. And that's one thing that I'm reminded of every time, you know, I do something. Is like, even with this new album, there's so much excitement around it.
Yeah.
So much excitement around it. And it's just like, oh, wow. It's been 17 years and we're still here. I still have people showing up. I got 225,000 album pre-saves, you know, for
It's
this
huge.
new album.
Yeah.
And like, it's fucking unreal. I feel the energy. I feel the excitement. So, yeah, I don't get in my head thinking that it's a trap. It's easy to say that, but it's a trap. There's people out here that love me. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that love me.
That, you know what, I actually had to write it down because it was so many. Well, again, it's a saying that we hear a lot, you know, Kid Cudi saved my life.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not even like you're a fan. It's like, even in this whole industry, we had Timothée Chalamet, who said that thanks to you, he had his inspiration back. We have Travis Scott, who named himself after you, Scott, because you were one of his favorite artists. We have Pete Davidson, who said that you saved his life thanks to your music, and so many fans who can assess that as well. I want to know, do you sometimes realize how many lives you saved, and moreover, how many of us are still there thanks to your music and what it brought to us?
I'm aware, but I try not to think about it too much because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I can't process it sometimes. I feel it, but I don't know. I don't feel worthy of the praise sometimes
Okay.
because I'm just a dude. When I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror and I just see Scott.
Yeah.
I don't see Kid Cudi. I tell people like this, it's like I'm Severance. Have you watched Severance?
Yeah. Like,
So it's like when I'm,
different.
it's like I'm severed, and when I go on stage, it's like
Yeah.
and I'm in this,
Yeah.
I'm in my innie, and then when I leave the stage, I'm back to my outie mode. I don't see what everyone else sees. I'm just a man, and I'm not like a preacher or anything. Like I'm just a guy that makes music, and I there's some. It's really powerful to say that I've helped so many people, millions of people.
Yeah.
But it kind of can get in the way, and I try not to. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
I just try not to
think about it
really
too much.
think about it too
Yeah.
much, you know, because it's a lot. But I am aware. I hear it, and when I do hear it, it makes me feel good, like I've been doing something right.
You did. And I think it's also something where you're very humble. You're a very humble artist. Like you don't brag too much. You're not bragging too much about what you brought and about your amazing work. So I think there is also a part of us who really want to let you know that your work is amazing. And it's not
Thank
something
you.
that I do usually because last year, well, 2 years ago, when you dropped, as I said, Intergalactic.
Oh, my heart is soaring. Oh, I hear you calling. Put your hands on.
And I was listening to all the song and I was going through a very bad time and it's just so powerful. Your music is so powerful and I just want to thank you among everybody who's going to watch this interview for what you brought to us with this. Like it's dope. It's
Thank you.
No, honestly, it's really, really dope.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, like it's really sincere. I don't like to. Sorry, I'm just going to
Go
pour
for it,
myself
go-
some coffee.
go for it, go for
But yeah, it's not something. Ooh, well, I poured it too much. You don't do a lot of interviews. Why you come here with me today?
You know, just talk, just like have a real conversation. And I know you do real talk, and I knew you were going to ask me some really good questions. So I'm usually nervous about interviews, but I walked into this very, very calm.
I'm so happy to
Yeah,
hear that.
I'm not high at all. I'm sober.
Seriously? Oh.
Yeah.
I know it's always harder.
Yeah. I know you probably thought that I was stoned because I got the glasses on, but I just wanted to wear the shades.
I
Try to look
thought of
cool
it.
with
Yeah,
the fit.
you look cool. You
Yeah.
look cool with the fit. I was like, maybe it's a little,
No, I'm sober.
That's-
I just wanted to connect and talk about some real shit. And I just was thinking about, all right, I'm in Paris. I'm doing this show. Let's set up some press. Let's talk to some of the outlets out there and reach out to my French fan base because I know I have a huge French fan base.
Yeah, you did.
Like I'm popping here, so I kind of wanted to just like kind of connect with my audience.
Do you know some French words? Because I wanted to teach you some French.
I'll be shared.
What does it mean?
I don't know if I'm even saying.
Sorry, what does it mean?
Maybe it's our little baby or whatever, right?
Bichette? How do you know this word?
My wife is
Well,
French.
oh my God,
Yeah.
Bichette, that's dope.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love this. Oh no, that's so cool.
And
Tichon. Oh my God.
I know all the curse words for sure.
That's crazy. Bichette is so dope. That's how I call my friends. I'm like, Bichette. Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know if I was saying it right. I'm sorry.
No. Bichette, that's say. I want to teach you how to say your album title in French
Okay.
because it's free. And free in French is libre. Libre.
Libre.
Yeah, you guys have a problem with the R, right?
I know. I tell my wife this all the time. She's trying to like her brother's name is Romain.
Oh.
Romain. And I'm like, look, man, me and your
Romain.
brother, we gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to tell. Hey, Roman, what's going on, Roman? What's going on, brother? You know.
Romain.
Romain.
Romain. Yeah.
But every time I say it, I'm like, hey, how you doing, Roman? Like it's so extreme.
Yes.
It's not casual, you know. But like, I have to work on my arts, and the thing is like, I am hell bent on learning the language. I'm going to learn French.
That's
I'm
dope.
actually actively looking for a teacher, a private teacher that can give me some classes and tutor me for
That's amazing.
about a year, because I wanna be able to speak with my mother-in-law who doesn't know any English.
Okay, yeah.
She knows a few things, but like I can't have a conversation with her.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like what we do now is like she'll text me in French and I'll copy it, put it in Google Translate, yeah, and then I'll respond, or ChatGPT respond in French, and then like we communicate that way. But we have a great relationship. But I just want to, be able to talk to her, and also I know I'm gonna have more kids with Lola.
That's dope.
And I don't want her to have some fucking secret language with the kids.
Yeah.
Talking shit about daddy. And I don't know what I'm like, what y'all talking about? I know y'all said something. So I don't want them to be like a secret language. So I'm going to definitely learn before the kids come in. And then I think when the kids do come in, it'll be like I'll be learning from that too. I'll definitely get some lessons.
That's so cool. Well, I'm very happy to teach you one of the new words that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
Which is free. So I am free is je suis libre.
Je suis libre. That was horrible. Oh my God. I'm gonna work. Look, next time I see you, give me a year.
Yeah.
Give me a year. We're gonna try this again.
Yeah, in French.
And you just come up on me and just start speaking French, and I'm just gonna be right back.
You
like,
better. That's okay.
I got you. That's a plan.
That's a plan.
Okay.
I just want to ask you maybe one last question. 2013, just what I am. You remember?
Yeah.
I remember that line. It's scary to have a kid walk this earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary to have a kid walk this earth.
12 years later, given what's going on, whether it's in America, whether it's in Middle East, everywhere in the world, do you think that it's scarier than ever to have a kid walk this earth?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Definitely. The world is madness. It's madness. And I think that when I made that song, my daughter was 3.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, man, this is, as I was writing, I was just like, man, what's the scariest thing? Like, oh man, like having a child.
Yeah.
Like keeping them out of trouble, keeping them out of danger. That is the scariest, hardest job. And the way the world is now, there's so much shit. And it also, with social media, you're downloading so much shit all across the world. You're seeing so much violence, all these things. And I think about that. My daughter's 15. She's on social media. The things that she's seeing, even when she sees stuff about me in the news, like negative things that happen that I'm involved in or whatever. Not things that I do wrong, but like, anything that it may be. Somebody talking about me or talking shit about me. Like, my daughter sees all that, and I just know that because of social media, things are a lot more in your face than it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I wasn't like going in like high school grabbing the newspaper to see what was going on in current events. I was like, that's the only way you could have got it.
Yeah, yes.
Is if you like got the newspaper. That's how old I fucking am. But it's crazy, and I think that line still rings true all these years later. It is very scary, but you have to make sure that you stay close to your kids, that you have a great relationship with them, you raise them right, give them the lessons they need, and you send them off in the world, and you got to be confident that everything's going to be all right, because you raised your child to be a good human being with values and morals and all those things. So, yeah.
I'm going to cheer to that.
Cheers.
Let's raise a toast. You raised the toast in the beginning. I want to raise a toast to everything is going to be all right.
Everything's going to be fine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much for this interview. That was great. That was dope.
No problem.
That was
Thank you.
dope.
Yeah.
That was probably like one of the best conversations that I had in a while. Look behind you. There's all my collection.
You want me to sign these?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
This universe has common ground. Just takes a while to come around. when I'm feeling up and I'm feeling down.
Thank you so much.
That was so cool. I hope you had a
Yeah,
great time.
we gotta reconnect.
Had a great talk.
In a year,
Absolutely.
we'll
That would
reconvene.
be amazing.
Yeah,
And I can
we'll do it all in French.
That's crazy. Oh, absolument. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Reminds me that I'm still alive.